Welcome, everybody, to our City Commission meeting of November 3rd. We'll call this meeting, this very short meeting, to order. Hillary, would you please lead us in the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance?
In this month of Thanksgiving, let us express our deepest gratitude to the veterans of the United States Armed Forces. It is on their shoulders we stand. May we draw from their strength and courage to serve the citizens of this great city well. Amen.
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 Very nice, Hillary.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Hillary. And as you all can see, our other city attorney is not with us today, and Hillary is filling her shoes very capably.
Well, Nikki's going to have to step up her prayers now. That's what that was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that ain't happening.
That was awesome.
That is, you know she's not gonna. Okay, so we don't have any presentations today, but we do have citizen input. Anybody wishing to come forward and speak on any item that's not already on the agenda, please feel free to do it. Come on forward, sir. Give us your name and address for the record, and then you have 3 minutes. Welcome.
Thank you. My name's John Gaddu. I'm 1426 Alamo Lane. And I see in the agenda there's an informational item. It's going to be a short meeting, so I would appreciate if you could at that time give us a brief update on the cyber attack and what works and what doesn't work and what we can look forward to as prognosis.
Sure.
Thank you.
Jennifer, you can do that?
Sure.
All right, anyone else wish to come forward? Okay, seeing or hearing none, we'll move on to action items. The second reading of ordinance 22-19, repealing ordinance 0139 and ordinance 1145 regarding membership attendance at commission-appointed committee and board meetings. Hillary, would you please read ordinance 22-19 by title only?
Absolutely. Ordinance 2219, an ordinance of the City of Dunedin, Florida, repealing ordinance 01-39 and ordinance 1145 regarding member attendance at commission-appointed committee and board meetings in their entirety, repealing section 2245B of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Dunedin, Florida regarding code enforcement board member meeting attendance, providing for publication in accordance with requirements of law, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date. This has been the second reading of ordinance 2219 by title only.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Vice Mayor Kynes and Commissioner Franny. Thank you. Okay. I think the city attorney is, oh, no, Michelle. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so the first reading, which was passed on October 6th, this is the second reading. And this would be, the ordinance is, given the fact that you have adopted Resolution 2222, the previous ordinances are no longer necessary.
Okay. All right. Any questions from anybody?
I have a lot of concerns about this.
Yes,
so-
stop it.
We've only done it 3 times.
It was essentially just a
Fantastic.
housekeeping item we were
Yeah, it
changing
really
on our
is.
rules and regs for boards and committees, correct? Okay, so it's, just has to be done by ordinance. Any questions from anyone? Okay. Anybody wish to come forward and speak to this item? All right. Come back to the maker of the motion. Commissioner Kynes, do you have any comments?
No, I do not. Second reading.
Commissioner Franny?
No, I'm trying to think of something funny, but it's not coming to me right now. So, no, it's housekeeping.
Commissioner Tornga?
No, thank you. Second reading.
Okay. I have no comments either. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Tornga.
Aye.
Commissioner Gow.
Aye.
Commissioner Franny.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Kynes.
Aye.
And Mayor Bajowski.
Aye, and that motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Jennifer, do you want to give an update to the public about our cyber attack?
Certainly, I'd be happy to. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Commissioners. In regards to our cyber attack, just by way of background, is I think just about everybody's aware at this point, or I hope they are. On October 4th, we experienced a cybersecurity incident which impacted several of our servers in the city of Dunedin. The items that were not impacted were our phones, which is a good thing, a way to communicate, as well as our water wastewater systems. So those are closed systems and not subject to any sort of intrusion, if you will, on the internet. It was a very serious cyber attack, very sophisticated, impact just about every operating system that we have in the city of Dunedin. Our email, which was the main way that we communicate with our residents and each other, was impacted and down for a period of time. All of our drives were down for a period of time, about 2 to 3 weeks. We instantly alerted our insurance agency. We did have cybersecurity insurance, which we purchased last year, and they were on board by about noon that day. And we were having conference calls with the security agency. They do this 24/7 throughout the world, and I was really impressed with the level of service that we have for them as far as addressing the cybersecurity attack. That said, well, we also involved law enforcement immediately. There are, believe it or not, lots of requirements as far as your next steps when you're involved in a cybersecurity incident. And one of those is notification to law enforcement. And that being the FBI, federal law enforcement agencies, as well as state. And of course, we reached out to the sheriff's office as well. And they have been, out of all of our partners, extremely helpful for all of us coming back online as quickly as we could. Our insurance policy allows us to use the cybersecurity company and all of the instruments that they have available to them to return our systems to normal. We did become aware that it's possible that our employees' personal information was hacked and available, although we have not heard of any instances where it's been used anywhere in any way, shape, or form. And so we have purchased, or will be purchasing ID Shield for all of our employees. And we have had 2 general assemblies with the employees, and now we're actually having a third, which will be held by Jorge and Teresa Smalling, our Director of HR, Jorge, our Quintas, our Deputy City Manager, as well as Michael Nagy, our IT Director, to communicate directly with our employees. I will not be on that call, but I'll leave that in their very capable hands. Our IT staff has been working day and night in conjunction with the cybersecurity company to restore all of our directories and our servers back to where they were before the attack. So email is up and running. Our drives are up and running. Our water billing program is up and running, and that was a huge effort from water billing as well. Our building permitting platform is still down, and we anticipate it will be down for a while. And we're actually allocating additional staff to help the Community Development Department deal with that. So, my direction to the employees, as I've said many, many times, is that we're going to have to figure out other ways to communicate with our constituents, with your constituents. We're going to have to figure out other ways to operate the city, which we have. And I said it many, many times, we have to be like water, right? We have to, if there's an obstacle, we have to go over it, under it, around it, but we've got to find a way. And I've said many times as well, I'm very proud of our staff, and they have. I'm hoping it seems relatively seamless to our public, although it hasn't been seamless. We had some firewalls and some cyber attack security in place already. It was robust, but obviously not robust enough. And that's what I tell everybody who asks me, how much did you have? Do you think it was enough? And did you? No. I mean, it wasn't, obviously. They got into our programs. I do know, however, that this is not unique in any way, shape, or form, that the cyber attacks have been more frequent in certainly the last 6 months. You see just about everywhere there's a cyber attack. We are going to share every little bit of information we have with every agency who wants it. We're going to have a very robust after-action report. And we're going to start with a cyber attack and then move back to Hurricane Ian and anything we could do better for Hurricane Ian. There is a forensic analysis going on. And the forensic analysis is going to tell us, as close as they can, exactly what occurred. and we can adjust accordingly as a result of the forensic analysis. It is still under investigation, though, so there's not really a whole lot that I can say to all of you in those terms at this juncture, but to let you know that as soon as I am able to and have permission to, I certainly would do that, so.
Online portals for payment, is that up or not?
Not yet.
Yeah.
No.
So that and permitting is probably what's the online portals for
Right,
payment
I'm
would
sorry.
be Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Marina.
Right. Paymentus, which is that program, is online. It is up and running.
It's up?
Yes.
Okay, so you can pay for your Parks and Rec stuff.
You can pay your
or
water bill, right. You just
Or
need
your
a
water
receiver,
bill,
right.
your marina bill, that
Yes.
kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay. So really, the big thing that's outward facing is the permitting, which is a big thing.
It's a big deal. It's a
It
very
is a big deal.
Yeah.
And you saw the email, I got an email from a gentleman today. I don't think he, in his email, understood the gravity. I think he just thought our system had crashed.
Mm-hmm.
So I forwarded it to you and to George, so
Right.
that George could reach out to him
Right.
and find out what his particular project was, so.
Right, and the
That's
issue.
one person I've heard from, but that's really it. I haven't heard from anybody else.
Well, like I said, the public has been very patient and very supportive throughout. I'm very grateful to them for all of that.
Yeah.
I really am, because I know that folks have been inconvenienced. But right now, we're kind of narrowing that into the permitting process. And the reason is that the current platform that we're using is antiquated, which is the reason why we're actually migrating to a new platform, EnerGov, which is just around the corner. And so we want to be careful what we load back into our servers if it could be subject to another cyber attack. So we're being very careful in those terms and what we.
Are we just going to get a new one? Just get the new one and call it a day?
So the new one, there is no new one, it's not supported. We have to migrate to EnerGov.
That's what I mean, though.
Yes. That's a component of EnerGov.
But that's not available yet.
Well, EnerGov is available. It's actually, it's the fourth item that we were implementing as part of our ERP, our update of all of our systems. But staff is training on it right now. And we actually just did our first pass of all the information because we had to take everything from our Naviline system and then download it into the Tyler Munis, into our EnerGov program, our land management system. And the first pass really indicates to us what might not be linking the right way it needs to. And for example, if you have a building permit and the building permit needs to go to zoning, needs to go to engineering, needs to go to mechanical, we need to make sure that the type of permit in the new EnerGov program will go to those different places and not where it's not supposed to go. And that's the first pass, really. It's the processes that have been set up. You need to make sure that those are whole within the new EnerGov program.
So we may never really get, is there a need to go back to the old system? I mean, it might mean we're offline for a little bit longer, but
Yes.
We
why?
can't go back to the old system.
Right,
It's too dangerous. I mean,
Well, yeah, our IT director feels that we should not go back to our old
Good.
system. That said, though, we need to up our game, if you will, in community
Yeah.
development and provide them with the staff to answer the phones, to move the permits. And I had that conversation with our director Tuesday.
Okay, well, we certainly, thank all our people that have been working. I mean, our 375 employees have really been through the ringer. They came right out of a hurricane and went right into a cyber attack, so it's been a struggle, and you're right. It's very appreciative that the community has been so supportive,
Right, yeah,
because there hasn't been a breather,
yeah.
really.
Well, for me, trying to look at the bright side, if this happened just before the hurricane, it would have been terrible.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
disastrous.
So, and it didn't, so I guess that's,
Well,
The
and not to
optimist
make
approach.
light of the situation, and now you're going to Disney World? I'd be going to the Bahamas, baby. I would not be going to the Disney World.
Well, it's a small world.
Yeah, that's true. It's a small world. Did that help you out?
Yes, excellent background, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Just one question, now, email is up, right?
yes.
Yes.
Now, were emails sent in that last period recovered, or are they gone into the black hole?
Okay, very good question. So the question, what you weren't at the microphone, the gentleman asked if the emails that were sent between October 4th, when the cyber attack occurred, and I believe email came back up,
Like last weekend or
right,
something like that.
as is like last week. All of those emails that were sent to the city, they were not received.
So if I sent
So-
something to someone up there, you would not have gotten it.
That's correct. So it needs to be resent. Anything resent during that period of time needs to be resent.
Thank you.
Ironically, I got all the junk. I did. I got all the junk I got like 300 came flooding in of the stuff that's,
Buy this,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
sell this.
Or stuff that like just wasn't, very few things from, I think I only got like maybe 3 resident emails and the rest of it was junk, just junk. What a bummer. So we might want to, on social media, just put in, a little update
Sure.
and let folks know that permitting will be down farther, longer but emails are up and if you haven't heard back from the city on an email us again.
Yeah, I think that's important.
I
Yeah,
know-
because I
Great
don't,
point.
you know,
John brought up.
I know that communications has been sending out message after message after
yeah.
message.
And I've been looking, I've been following it and everything, but
Well, the good news is, some of the things that you learn about this type of an incident is that our communications department was relatively unscathed because they work off the web,
right.
right? They're not in
And
this
thank
network
God,
system.
because they're the ones we need to communicate about these emergencies,
Right.
so thank you, Sue and Antonella and everybody.
The bad news is I lost my calendar, so there was a period of time where I just sat in my office and waited for people to come. And, oh, we have a meeting? Okay.
I lost my I have now lost my we don't have, I have no contacts.
My contacts have been a little crazy too.
Oh, they're gone. My contacts are
I thought my
gone.
phone was just having a breakdown.
No,
Your contacts are gone.
My
yeah,
contacts.
because
are-
all of my
I'm
contacts
replugging in
for
stuff.
16 years have been entered into our system, and they're all gone.
All gone.
Yeah.
They pop up, and I haven't wanted to, but we're never going to get those back, right?
No.
Yeah, if you type in the email address, it'll come up,
Yeah.
but it's not in the
It's
contact.
not saved.
Yeah, right. I have been concerned about that, but I finally gave up. I thought, Alan said, well, did you back this up to cloud? And I go, what? I said, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, try having no 16 years worth of contacts, gone. And I save everybody's number, so.
And your folders.
Yeah, all my folders. I had 16 years worth of email folders. Okay, well, we don't have to stick around here, right? Nothing else? Anybody have anything else they want to?
I did have one
Sure.
question. Any update on the parking lot? Because I just got that question this afternoon about when the parking lot might be done.
We're still pushing for beginning of December.
Okay.
So, yeah, we want it by December 10th
thought it was
because that's
December,
old-fashioned
so-
Christmas.
Yeah, I've been telling everybody November or December 1st.
Okay, and I
Around
was thinking
December
mid,
1st.
I told him mid, so
So
I'd be
will
happy
it
if
be
it's earlier.
usable? Will it be usable then, you think?
Yes.
It's, okay,
That's-
because we're
yeah.
not having the big celebration until
January.
January.
And yes, you will be invited.
Oh, well, thank
The
you.
other thing I got.
You will
was,
be there.
Whether or not we're gonna have like pedestrian walkthroughs, like, you don't have to like walk to where cars come into the parking lot. You actually have like a couple pedestrian like exit paths when people are leaving their cars and coming back to their cars.
Like
I thought I saw something like that, but it's been
Yeah.
so long since I looked
yeah,
at that
I
design.
think so. I would have to double check.
Because, like, it would be kind of weird, it's such a big parking lot, that people have to funnel to the,
Yeah,
I just thought it was a good idea. I don't know if it was designed that way or not.
right.
Yeah, anyway, so just,
I'd have to double check on that.
does that, you might want to write it down, because I know you're going to Disney World, so you'll forget.
Hey, Jorge's back there, he's watching.
Okay, Jorge, did you hear that? Because she's going to
Jorge.
Disney World.
We need paths. Just make sure it's not big enough for the golf carts to go through.
Oh, that's
that will
a good
happen,
point.
for
That's a really
sure.
good point.
Okay, anybody else have anything they want to share, ask, or? Okay.
I'm just happy now to.
One
figure
more
out my
meeting,
contacts.
girlfriend, one more
The contacts
meeting.
were
I didn't use the
bothering
term lame duck.
me. Quack, quack.
All right. All right, we'll see everybody on the 15th. Thank you, we're adjourned.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Man, that-